It goes back to one particular day. My wife was looking out the front window of our then house on Buckman Road, where Hobbiton is today, and she said, "A chap's looking through binoculars over your farm."
That guy wasn't just any guy, and the following Saturday, Mr. Alexander would get a knock on the door that would be Middle-earth shattering.
I was inside watching rugby between Waikato and Auckland on our national TV. It was exactly half time, and she brought this guy who was Peter Jackson's scout to the back door. She had all the gardening gloves and whatnot on, and she said, "Oh, this guy wants to take 7 or 8 films out in the middle of your farm. What do you think about it?" And she shook her head up and down like this. And I got the vibes to answer the question. Yes, I had read about Peter Jackson about 6 months ago. He was going to do the film in New Zealand, and I've got to be up front, it was a straight out lie on my behalf, because I had never heard of Peter Jackson. I had never heard of Lord of the Rings or the Hobbits.
15 years later, 15 acres that was grazing pasture is now a town for imaginary small people with hairy feet. But it's by no means empty. Since the first film of the Hobbit trilogy aired last December, the attraction is seeing record numbers.
Well, it's been going just over 10 years now, and I think we started with about 39,000 the first year. That was with at the end of the Lord of the Rings, and we will be running about 150,000 visitors in this since the first Hobbit film come out for the first 12 months after.
At $75 an adult, well, you work it out. But Mr. Alexander says little has changed since that knock on his door. He still farms the exact same number of sheep and cattle and sticks to farming. He leaves the business to his son Russell, who employs 50 staff to run the attraction.
I came up here from Taranaki in 1978 to carry on sheep farming and beef farming. I've done it since I left school. I do not know anything else of any other business. That's my theme.
But although he's now surrounded by die-hard fans, Mr. Alexander says he's not a huge fan of the films.
Probably not what I would classify as my understanding of a good film. I'm probably like a film that's got a bit more reality to it.
And he has a realist's impression of Sir Peter Jackson too.
Oh, well, he's an unusual fellow, if I can put it that way, when you first meet him. A short, squat little fellow. Very pleasant bloke to speak to. He had the long hair, and in the farming world, if I don't think I'm being too personal here, you probably think he didn't fit into the farming world that I was brought up in.
It took him 2 years to decide whether to make his farm available and work out how he would accommodate the set and keep the farm running, but he says he made the right decision.
To be quite honest, most people, when they found out that they were coming to this property, honestly told me that we were idiots, we were mugs to let film company people come in. They will wreck the farm. You will have a lot of problems with them, and that actually has been the exact reverse. They have been a wonderful group to work with, and I would do it again.
And after the tour, guests can enjoy a complimentary ale here at the Green Dragon pub. I'm John Watson in Hobbiton for the Daily Report.